You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411, featuring the week's roundup of fashion news. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411.
Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, my fashionistas out there, this is another installment of Fashion 411 on Black Hollywood Live, bringing you the latest in Hollywood fashion and style and entertainment. And let's just get right into it and introduce everybody on our panel today. I'm Deanna Vaughn, and let's see a little bit about me. I'm your former New York City fashion buyer and go-to girl for looking fabulous for less. I'm going to bring you the runway to the real way.
Yeah.
And who do I have to my left?
Oh, some chocolate in the
Who do I have?
Chocolate. My name is Sam Sarpong, model, actor, TV host, and representing today for the Future Stars collection, my clothing line.
All right, and Sam joins us again. He's been with us a couple times, and he always adds a nice, element to the conversation, and we love having him here.
Perspective.
Across the table.
All right, guys, I am your host, Erica Garcia Rojas, and I am your spicy Latina, born and raised in LA, who turned my love for fashion into a business, Rally Babe Apparel. I am your go-to source for all things fashion and business.
Hello, everybody. I'm your girl, Courtney Stewart. I'm in studio today as your consumer perspective. I am fashionista, shopaholic, shoeaholic, all like you guys out there to give you that love.
All right, so let's get cracking. So this week on BHL, I swear it's all about like movie premieres, red carpet events, shows. Like there was a lot of that happening this past week. So obviously that's what we're going to bring a lot to you for today's show. So first up, let's get started with our who, what, where. Who. So first up, we have Ms. June Ambrose. And if you guys don't know who June Ambrose is, you need to know. But she is a very popular stylist. And this week, actually yesterday, she was a guest judge on Project Runway. I'm not sure what those bunny ears are on top of her head. And June is also, she's kind of making the rounds around town. On the right, that's a picture of June. She's at an event at the MoMA in New York City. And really quickly, before we get to the next picture, I want to remind you guys, if you want to follow along and also check out the pictures that we're looking at, all you have to do is check out blackhollywoodlive.com. All right. And I forgot.
Or YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I forgot to tell everybody, we are the #1 fashion podcast on iTunes.
On iTunes.
And you can download us for free.
You know what's crazy is like I came and did the show a couple times, and my Twitter has been blowing up with people because I'm not good on social media. Mm-hmm. So everybody's been hitting me saying they watch me on this show, and I'm like, wow, like.
That's awesome.
That
Keep
iTunes
watching.
thing, that iTunes thing is real.
It is real. People watching
and listening.
You know, one of the things, and we'll kind of get back into the show, but one of the things that I always noticed was like a void before we started doing this show was a weekly podcast fashion recap. Just the quick news, like what we're doing now. And I think people have wanted that. And that's why, we're
awesome.
That's why we #1.
Yeah, all right. And we are new and noteworthy on iTunes for podcasts. So
tell your friends.
Tell your friends, tell everybody, make sure you download us, and it's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. All right.
Rate us 5 stars, please.
Exactly, and rate us. Let's see, what's up with our next picture? All right, so you guys all know the brand Stussy, right? It's like this skater, kind of edgy brand. They've been around for years and years and years.
It reminds me of junior high.
I know.
Grade school. You were cool.
If you had something
in
on
fourth
Stussy.
grade, if you had a Stussy thing. I remember my first Stussy, and I was like, I'm so cool.
Absolutely. And it transcends generations because Stussy was around back in our day, and it's still around. Well, Stussy, they've collaborated with Yo MTV Raps. That's another iconic.
No way.
Yes.
Get
And they've created the special anniversary T-shirts for Yo MTV Raps.
So excited about that.
Shout out to Ed
super
Lover,
cool.
who was the host, and Fat Five Freddy.
Yeah. I mean, Yo MTV Raps, that was like an institution
You know what's
on
crazy?
MTV.
Is right now I'm shooting a movie with Ice-T. And he just had that documentary, The Art of Rap.
Yes.
And the other day in his trailer, no joke, we spent like an hour and a half just reminiscing about old school hip hop. And that's what we were talking about, was Yo MTV Raps. I was such a young kid, and it was like, you had to get permission from your parents to watch it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting my shirt. You guys get
Yeah,
your shirt?
Yes,
I'm all
get your
over it.
shirts.
They
I'm-
have some good stuff.
Get
It's
your
so funny.
shirt.
I thought Stussy was dead.
No,
I
Stussy
had
is
no
not
idea.
dead
From
at
them in quite a
all.
while,
I-
actually.
yeah.
They have a huge store on Melrose, and I always see lines wrapped around it, like with
Wow.
people waiting for the latest T-shirts. And obviously, this is probably going to be one of
crazy.
them. It's the 25th year anniversary of UMTV Raps. I
Love
can't
a
believe
good
it.
T-shirt.
This year?
Yeah, 25th year
That's
anniversary.
cool. That's
so
cool.
pretty
Wow.
cool that they're recognizing it with a special.
I'm buying. Does it
T-shirt
say how much
line.
they are?
I'm not sure how
Price
much they
point?
are. I'm sure we can find out. But
Okay.
yeah.
That's
so
dope.
check
We'll
that
get
out.
on that.
Next up in Who What Where, we have K Michelle. Now,
rockin'
for you
the
guys who don't
line.
know who K Michelle is, you should, because if you've been listening to our show, you know who she is. But she is a music artist, and she's also been on the popular reality show on VH1, Love and Hip Hop.
ATL.
ATL, and they just had a reunion this past week, and ooh, it was scandalous.
It's always scandalous.
Always scandalous.
Yes.
But K Michelle has also, she's been making her rounds in New York and on the scene because her album was just released. So the first picture, she made a trip to 106 in Park.
Wow.
She's looking very ladylike and demure. The middle picture is just at an event. And then the last picture, she is, hooting it up
her.
at a party. Now, I have to say, I don't know if
Hooting
you
it
guys
up.
watched that reunion, but
Yeah, girl.
I'm going to go there. Is her butt real?
There was the rumor that
huge.
she did a radio interview and mentioned on the way out of the interview when the DJ asked her, now come on now, is it real? And she was like, girl, you know it's not.
Oh.
And she walked out. But that has never been on the record, so.
Okay.
I don't know.
And we talked about this before. We don't
Yes.
know if it's
Yeah.
like butt pads or
Or
surgery, but you think
injections.
it's
It definitely isn't pads. If it
Yeah.
isn't her, well, it is obviously hers at this point. If it is not a natural, so to speak, it definitely isn't butt pads because
Okay.
you can see. She was on the red carpet at the BET Awards, and you could see the,
It's
lady.
bodacious.
That's a dangerous surgery.
Well,
It can
we
pop.
have a man in the room. I would love to get your take because
hot?
right now booties are like the hot thing in fashion, and I
Yeah.
think they can also distort something that would normally look great, for an outfit, and they could
Yeah.
just make it look
You know what?
crazy.
Like for me, it's like, there's girls out there that get fake boobs or whatever, and it's been going on for so long, you just kind of adjust to it. But I think for me personally, because I like booty, girls that got fake booty, that's just, for me, I'd rather you just go with whatever you have.
It's just weird.
It just throws it off a little
weird.
bit for me.
Yeah.
But like when you see something like this on K Michelle, does
Yeah.
that scream, "Oh my God, it's fake"? Or because African American
Yeah.
women, we tend to have a
Well,
little
if I
more
saw
junk in
her
our
and I
trunk.
didn't,
Do you
yeah,
think
if
it's
if I saw her and I didn't know her, I would think it's real. Because
Okay.
most guys don't really think, like there's a girl that I'm friends with, she's a model, and she recently did that. And her butt was already decent before, but then she did that and she's so proud of it and she's like telling everybody. And I'm like, man, it's just.
I don't
know,
think
it's
your
just-
mind goes to like it being fake because it's such a it's
doesn't.
not that
It's
kind of
the new
surgery.
thing.
It's not a common surgery
rare
and it is
still,
and also
yeah.
it is quite dangerous because you're putting
Yeah.
some implants and it's somewhere where you're constantly sitting on it.
Yep.
So it's not a good surgery and
Lord.
it's not something that has happened a lot. So I would imagine guys have no clue
Well,
anyways.
but I think when it comes to women, I think we're seeing a lot of it now, especially when it comes
It-
to
it does
celebrities.
seem
to be
A
quite a
lo-
bit.
Yeah.
It seems to be the trend with people, injecting themselves.
It's like an investment.
Exaggerated,
It's
yeah.
an
Well, I
Well, I
investment
think it's
for the
good. It's
women.
definitely culture too. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not black, and it's definitely in the black community.
No.
Really?
You wouldn't get a booty
you
implant?
sure?
No. I could use one for sure, but no.
No, you don't.
My
No.
husband's happy the way I am, but it's definitely cultural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
in different cultures, the rack is better.
rack.
Is more
rack is
more
more
of an interest
exciting.
in the
In
booty.
different cultures, the
Yeah.
rack is ribs.
Ribs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It ain't booty, it's ribs.
All right. On that note,
All right.
since we have everyone has weighed in on booty, we're gonna move
Well,
on.
guys are either the T or the A, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
goodness.
All right.
Oh,
Next
oh
up,
my
we've got talk show host Wendy Williams. Here is
Oh,
yet
yes.
another reunion. She's with the R&B Divas. She hosted the reunion special for this
Oh,
show.
Lord.
This is a full cast of lovely, lovely ladies, and everyone is connected, into the R&B music world. So had to include that picture of Miss Wendy. And finally, let's round it out with a movie premiere. So The Butler, we all know, we've heard about that new movie. It's with Forrest
Oprah.
Whitaker and Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
And this is Forrest and Keisha on the picture on the very left. This
She's
is them
so
at
pretty.
the Butler premiere. But I
Beautiful.
posted 2 other pictures, and I'll tell you why. There's been a lot of rumors going around that Keisha Whitaker
That she's anorexic.
she's anorexic
Yeah.
and she's having issues with her body and her weight and body image issues. Because the 2 pictures on the right, these are from older premieres from like 2008 and 2009, respectively. And now look at the first picture. That's her now. So
Wow.
it's clearly she's changed big time. And I don't know what.
But
do
you know
guys,
what? In her defense, look at those 2 pictures, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, if your husband losing weight, maybe
Yeah,
you got to do the
lose a
same
little bit
thing.
too.
No,
No,
but she was already.
She was
thin.
already.
I
She
mean,
looked
I'm
great.
just joking.
And
I'm
when
joking.
I wasn't familiar with who she was, but as I was looking at the photos, and I saw that photo at the Butler premiere, I actually thought it was his daughter.
Oh, wow.
Because she looked so young and
Yeah.
like she was so small and
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
thin.
yeah. Nah,
she
she's
just-
definitely crossed the line on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
That arm is like not even
super.
there.
It's very
And
clear.
photographs and all that
Yeah.
adds pounds too. When you see these celebrities
Yeah.
in person,
Trust me,
they're
girl.
even more skinny.
I'm African, and even for me, that's a little bit too skinny.
It's-
Okay, that's coming from an African. I'm serious.
And not only that, but to me, I don't know what you guys think, but I think her skin tone has changed.
Yeah, that was
mean,
the next comment.
Her skin, she's
She
a
looks like
completely
another whole
different
yeah.
color. This
Yeah.
looks like a different woman to me.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's just, she's getting a lot of, attention
a lot of
because
press because of that. Yeah.
because of her declining weight, and let's just pray that she's okay. And,
Be okay, girl. It's okay to eat.
It's okay to eat. Yes, it is. All right, so Miss Erica, you got some style scoop for us?
I do. I have some style scoop this
Yes.
week. All right. First off, we've got the Pirelli calendar. So this iconic calendar this year, well, next year, 2014, turns 50. So for those of you who need a little background on what the Pirelli calendar is, it's been around since 1964. It's published by the Pirelli Company, which is most known for being an automobile tire company based in Italy. The calendar is really famous for its limited availability and features some of the most renowned actresses, models, and photographers. And it's only distributed to a very limited number of important Pirelli customers and celebrity VIPs. So being chosen to be a part of the calendar is a huge distinction. Past celebrities and models include Sienna Miller, Naomi Campbell, Giselle Bundchen, Kate Moss, Cindy Crawford, Penelope Cruz, Mila Jovovich, Heidi Klum, and Sophia Loren. So according to the UK Sunday Times, 2014 is a very special year for Pirelli. It's its 50th anniversary. So for the special commemorative 50th anniversary calendar, Pirelli has tapped 2 marquee photographers, Peter Lindbergh and Patrick de Marchelier. And preview images from these photographers was very recently released. And the images were very reminiscent of that 90s supermodel look.
Yeah, totally.
The artful photographs feature Alex Weck, Alessandra Ambrosio, Helena Christensen,
Wow.
Isabelle Fontana, Carolina Karkova, and Miranda Kerr, all of who are going to actually be posing in the calendar. And to give you some perspective, last year's calendar was shot in Brazil by Steve McCurry, who was the famous photographer who took that striking portrait of the green-eyed Afghan girl for the cover of National Geographic.
Oh, that's an iconic
yeah.
photo.
Oh, that's a
Yeah, beautiful photo.
So yeah.
Nice.
Pirelli
They
look
calendar.
great.
So wait,
50th
quick question.
anniversary.
So all of them are in this calendar?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're all
They
going to
must
be
have
in
paid
it.
a lot of
The
money for this.
money.
Like seriously, because all those
Our top.
outlet, like those girls that cost a lot of
Yeah.
Well,
money.
every year, the women in the calendar,
Gets better?
It's just iconic.
Wow.
It's like the top of the top of the top. So, obviously this year they're going to go with a bang, and they shot these preview shots to kind of, create some buzz and
Yeah.
publicity for it. But yeah.
And when does it come out? January?
I assume sometime at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
and it's-
2014.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's for 2014, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 2014 year.
Select group.
Yeah, it's a very exclusive calendar. If you're on that list to get the calendar, you've
you've done
made it in
something
the
right.
world.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not on the list, so
Somebody gets one.
Hey, next year.
Show it to us.
next year.
Next year.
Next year, we'll see.
Oh yeah.
All right, so up next, so you guys have any Disney fans out there?
Oh, sure
I know
do.
I am.
Wow.
So if you are, you can own own one-of-a-kind couture Disney princess dresses. So the 10 one-of-a-kind Disney-inspired gowns that adorn the windows of luxury department store Harrods in the UK are being auctioned off this year. Some of the most high-end designers last year were tapped to design Disney princess-inspired gowns, including Oscar de la Renta's magical Snow White gown, Roberto Cavalli's thigh-slit dress for Pocahontas, and Missoni's Mulan outfit. The money raised from the charity auction will go towards the Great Ormond Street Hospital Children's Charity. Here's a quote from Mark Briggs, the store image director at Harrods. "These exquisite dresses are really one-of-a-kind fashion items from some of the most celebrated and collected designers this century. They caused a huge amount of excitement when they were first showcased in the Harrods windows, and we're sure fashion aficionados around the world will be thrilled with the opportunity to own something so utterly unique." The other designs include Escada for Princess Jasmine, Valentino for Belle, and Ralph and Russo for Tiara from Princess and the Frog.
Wow.
How special.
That's
That is
very
cool.
Yeah. I mean, how amazing would it be to have a couture inspired?
I know. It's
Disney
like
princess
Disney
dress.
a little
princess.
big girl's dream, you know?
I think for Halloween, I have been almost every single one of the Disney princess, from Snow White
That's
to
hysterical.
Belle. Sad part was I was actually Belle last year. It wasn't a little girl's dream. Last year I was Belle from Beauty
Even
and the
as a
Beast.
grown-up, huh?
It was your husband's dream. I
Maybe.
don't know.
The year before was
That's
actually
another
Jasmine.
conversation.
There's a whole nother group of costumes. Halloween's that's
kinda
a
cool,
little.
That would be a
That's
very
cool.
nice
That's
Halloween
awesome.
costume.
That's a dream. I had to throw that into the style scoop because that's
Yeah.
any little girl's and grown-up girl's dream to
I'd be
have one
all
of those.
over it.
Okay, so up next, a little bit of controversy from H&M. So, according to Fashion Bomb Daily, Canadian H&M stores have pulled a feather headband that they were selling as part of their Summer Music Festival accessories line after receiving numerous complaints that the accessory piece was offensive to Native Americans. Given the onslaught of complaints, the retailer removed the headband from their stores and stated, "Music festivals these days are really about experimenting with fashion and dressing your personality, and they're very heavily based on accessories, really accessorizing your look." So they pulled the piece, but they kind of defended themselves in carrying it by that quote. And spokeswoman Emily Scarlett said, "Of course, we never want to offend anybody or come off as insensitive. We're always about being there for our customers." So what do you guys think about this?
I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. Like,
Me too.
I understand, when it comes to fashion, a lot of lines can be pushed and buttons can be pushed because it's fashion. At the same time, I understand that a certain amount of respect needs to be involved when we're talking about cultures. I don't know. I obviously I'm not Native American,
Yeah.
so I'm not
Yes.
understanding why this is offensive. I would love to understand why it's being considered offensive. It'd be different if we saw a picture of somebody wearing it and doing a dance or something, but like just selling it in and of itself, I don't get it.
Yeah, and I looked to see if I could find if that specific pattern was directly linked to a tribe or something like that, and I couldn't find anything specific
couldn't
about
find anything
the
either.
feathers or the pattern, so it was a little bit strange. I mean, I would say big ups to H&M for something that doesn't appear at this point necessarily to be a direct affront to a culture, and just saying, you know what, it's not worth it. We respect you guys enough to like take it down.
Yeah.
But I do find it a little bit strange that it just caused so much
I didn't
uproar.
think, to me, and granted, like, you guys, I'm not Native American, so I don't know if this was particularly hitting home to a certain tribal
Group.
type thing,
Yeah.
or group, or a event. I don't know, but with fashion, you take inspiration, especially me, and I know you, Sam. You have I have a clothing line, and you take inspiration from so many different places,
True.
so many different people and
course.
cultures.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you choose to include some kind of a design, it's almost an homage to that particular
Exactly.
culture.
Yeah.
And who doesn't do that? What clothing lines don't do that? So it's a really fine, and if not like blurry kind of line that I guess it could you could cross it if, say, you have something really offensive on a t-shirt, but I think it's harmless in some ways, and it's almost like paying respect to that kind of culture.
I almost think too, on the flip side, so we all know that like Aztec prints have been really hot this season. Well, that came from somewhere, from someone's indigenous culture. And I mean, as far as I know, no one was pulling Aztec prints off.
No.
You know,
We actually had a piece that
Yeah.
was
So-
that has actually a it was a Native American, the dream image type thing. I don't even know what it is, but we had a sweatshirt that had that. You know, I mean.
So
I think-
that's where it becomes confusing,
Yeah, it
because
does.
stuff like that it's all over the place at the high and at the low, and we see it everywhere. And then you see, you know, a feather headband, and all of a sudden, you know, somebody's taking issue with it.
I think,
don't know.
but I think too, maybe the headdresses in Native American culture do have a very specific significance, and maybe
Yeah.
the fact that it is a headdress alone is what is the affront, and not necessarily that, you know, there's the pattern or the feathers or what have you. So maybe
Yeah.
on some level that was the mockery that they felt was inappropriate, but
Because it's not inspired by it. It
Yeah.
is trying to be a
Yeah.
it's trying to be that, and
Yeah, I could see
so
that.
unless they're, I don't know. I'm just trying
you
to
could say
explain
the
it.
same thing for crosses and
For
lots of
rosaries.
things,
Like
yeah.
there's so many places you
Well,
could
it
take
is
this.
it is somewhat offensive when people wear. I'm being Catholic when people wear rosaries as like necklaces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's but it's fashion. I
Yeah.
mean, fashion is interpreted and worn in so many different ways, and that's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
So it's a way of being expressive. But all right. Next up, we've got Miss Oprah Winfrey.
She looks hot.
So, Miss Oprah
looks
Winfrey
great.
was recently called a liar by a former shop girl at Zurich's Trost Poems Boutique. So she's calling Oprah a liar after the talk show host said that she experienced racism while shopping for a handbag at their store. Winfrey was in Zurich for Tina Turner's wedding, and she recalls her side of the story. She says, quote, "I said, but I really do just want to see that one." She's referring to the bag. And the shopkeeper said, "Oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings." And I said, "Okay, thank you so much. You're probably right. I can't afford it." And I walked out of the store. So that's Oprah's recount of the story. Now, the shopkeeper has since come forward to a Swiss newspaper, Sonntagsblick, to say that Oprah's recount of the incident was not true. Quote, "I don't know why she's making these accusations. I explained to her the bags come in different sizes and materials like I always do. She looked at a frame behind me. Far above, there was a 25,000 Swiss franc crocodile leather bag. I simply told her it was like the one I held in my hand, only much more expensive, and that I could show her similar bags." She goes on to say, quote, "She's so powerful, and I'm just a shop girl. I didn't hurt anyone. I don't know why someone as great as her must cannibalize me on television." Both representatives from the Swiss Tourism Office and the shop's owner have apologized to Oprah Winfrey for the incident. So what do you guys think?
I hate when racism has to be brought into every little incident, but I'm gonna side on Oprah, and I have a feeling that the shopkeeper probably didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
Because it was Switzerland, and now that she's found out who she was
She's
and
trying
who
to
she offended,
backtrack.
she's
Yeah.
she's backpedaling for sure. Because you know, I've traveled abroad. You're from abroad, and I've experienced, you know, lots of different racism in different countries, and it's a different kind of racism than in the States.
Yeah.
And I can see that happening. I really can.
Well, I'll take it even one step further. I'm from London. I was born in the UK. I grew up in the UK, and then I moved here when I was like 13. And I will go on record to say, as me and all my friends that are black talk about it, there's so much more racism in the UK than there is even in the US. That's why when I'm hearing all my American friends complain about racism, I'm like, yo, go to the UK and you'll see. Like I told you guys when I was here last time. In the UK, you know, out here, at least like every TV show, there's one token black person. In the UK, if there's 25 shows, there's like 2 black people on those 25 shows.
Idris Elba.
Like beyond Idris, you're right. Like no one else is really mainstream. So I could see why something like this could so happen overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And this
for
is
sure.
Switzerland, and you know,
Yeah.
it's probably just as bad. And then when I was kind of reviewing this, I thought about the same thing, because I've heard that too from you know, friends, and that racism over there is so
It's
much
on another
worse.
level, yeah.
And I wonder, because if it was here and that happened, I would think, well, maybe this is just the cause of just a lazy shop girl, you know? Because in sales, like I've worked in retail, and I don't care who comes out to me or how they're dressed.
Yeah.
If you can make a sale, you can make a sale. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if she was
Yeah.
just lazy, and then it blew out of proportion, or you know, or was it really racism?
I'm gonna say
You guys
no
all
on
think
the lazy
racism?
thing,
Yeah.
and I don't want to, because number one with Oprah is probably one of the celebrities that does everything not to bring race into the issue.
Exactly.
And the only reason this ever came up at all was because it was an interview and a conversation about the Trayvon Martin situation and things that were going on. And then a reporter asked Oprah, has she ever, or does she at her level still experience racism?
So she wasn't even trying to
She
promote
wasn't trying to
that.
promote it. She didn't want to tell what the story was, but she was like, well, I experienced it in a different way.
Yeah.
And the way is that people don't necessarily have the same expectations of me that they would have of a wealthy white man, so to
Wow,
speak.
that's deep.
So I think in that regard, she has no reason to lie about it or make it more than it was, because it is always her goal to not make it about being black.
And she even apologized.
And she
about
apologized
it.
about it later. And then this shop situation, they've come out. The shop owner came out saying one thing, oh, she's actually French and she was Italian and she didn't speak the language very well and it could have been a language barrier. And now she's saying that's not what happened. Like, I just
So
feel
it's
like
all
it's too messy
backpedaling.
and it's all backpedaling.
But you know
like,
what? You know what that shows me though? It shows me that as blacks, we could be successful, we could have billions of dollars, we could have whatever. But every once in a while, we will still be reminded.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What world we live in.
I think in minorities in general, you can just lump everybody.
Brown
in.
skin in general.
Yeah, not even blacks, just minorities in general. That
Yeah.
you know, every once in a while
You'll
we're
get a
still
reminder.
we're gonna still get checked. You know.
And with Oprah, and you think about the whole story, you're like, Oprah doesn't need the publicity. You
Yeah.
know, she doesn't need to like.
She has nothing to be
make an
gained from
issue
that.
or-
Right.
And by the way, homegirl, if you were lazy, who's lazy when they want to try to sell? Like, you're getting commission off a $35,000 bag.
$35,000
You pull that bag
Like,
down and be
what?
like, girl, you want this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to get my check.
That's
so
what I didn't get. It's like, you know, it's
there's
like,
just
come
no-
on, how stupid can you be?
Yeah,
So true.
I really think that over there, this shopkeeper, she didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
Now for Oprah, in the States, this wouldn't happen. Everybody knows who Oprah
Yeah,
is in
everyone
the United
knows.
States, you know. But
Yeah.
take it to another
I
country.
think she said something about something that happened.
The Hermes store?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
Was
I
that,
do remember
was that
that.
here in the States or was that in
I
Paris?
believe that was.
I thought it was
overseas
here,
in
but it
Paris.
might have been
It
in
might
Paris.
have
I
been
don't
in
remember.
Paris. I know
We
she
have
had
to
another-
confirm.
yeah.
That's a good one.
I
But
think
it's
it was
that
in
situation
Paris.
where you're not dressed up to look like you look on television and you just look like a black lady
Oprah
with a hair and a
looks-
ponytail.
And although Oprah's recognizable, when
Girl,
she's not in her makeup and hair, she looks like a totally different
She
person.
looked like a regular
She
old
looks like.
She does.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. That's every girl. That ain't just Oprah.
What are you talking about? Oprah exactly the same.
Oprah's got Andre Walker. She's got like a professional team.
got a glam
She
squad.
got special contouring and whatnot going on.
And she's got the best lighting in her studios. And she's got it.
Emmy
She's
Award
got
winning
it.
lighting.
Yeah.
She's had it all.
She's
but-
got it. All right.
All right,
Okay,
moving on.
Well, that's it. That's it for the style scoop.
Well, we've got one more.
Oh, wait, you're right.
scoop.
You're right. We got one more. We got,
got a
one more.
special one.
We got a
We
little
do?
shopping
one.
scoop. We
Oh,
got,
well, one more in addition
okay.
to that.
Yeah, we
Ooh,
got,
what's this
you
stuff
know what?
bag?
We got two more shots.
We got two more.
The scoop doesn't end here on Fashion 411.
Scooping.
All right. So for all you bargainista, fashionistas,
Thank you.
Philip
you? I was
Lim's
thinking
line
all over
is
it.
gonna Philip Lim's line is gonna be launching at Target in September. Woohoo! I'm so excited.
Wait, whose line?
Philip
Lim.
Lim, 3.1.
Oh, Philip Lim, okay.
So all good things are worth the wait, and for Philip Lim, it's his collaboration with Target. It's been
Wow.
worth 5 years. So they
Yeah, they've been
Target
talking about
it.
approached Philip Lim 5 years ago, and the designer felt that both brands needed to mature enough to really do the collaboration right. So it's launching middle September, September 15th, just days before his 3.1 Philip Lim show at New York Fashion Week. The collection will launch at Target stores nationally. So the collection of 100 basics are divided into morning, noon, and night pieces. Quote, this is really personal because growing up, I was a Target customer, Lim told T Magazine. My parents were always taking me to Target for back to school shopping, and I would find things and they were not quite right. This was my chance to go back and relive this and do it right. So as expected, the collection will be affordably priced, ranging from $20 to $300, which is a little bit high for Target. And the general color palette will be neutrals with a few standout graphic prints. I am so excited.
I'm loving that
for
bag.
this.
That
On
bag.
The
list
bag.
for the
Sick.
bag right there.
And the shoes. I want the bag and
The
the
bag and the
shoes.
shoes are
Yeah,
great.
these Target collections are, I mean, some have
Insane.
been huge hits.
Yes.
Others have been,
Okay.
But the ones that are huge hits, I mean, there's lines.
Lines.
The
Right
Missoni
before-
one
oh
was
my God.
We were
ridiculous.
driving all over the city of
Ridiculous.
Los
So
Angeles.
these are all
to find
collabs
these.
with Target?
Yeah.
Yes, so they have celebrity collaborations with Target, and some of these, the Missoni ones, they had like socks going on eBay for hundreds of dollars.
Mugs.
Pissed
Are
me
you
off.
serious?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
My friend sold her flats on eBay for like
yeah.
$300.
Yeah,
'cause
people
she
were
was
buying
Crazy.
up stuff, and and I'm not just big cities, but like in Arkansas,
Yeah.
and Missouri,
Everywhere.
'Cause we
everywhere.
were calling people back in Georgia, like, did you guys get this one? Did you find this? It was,
So they're like
It's great.
limited edition on
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Well, the thing, they only make it's a capsule collection, so they only make a certain number of pieces. When it's gone, it's gone.
Got you.
And so, and they don't, remake it. They don't come out. This is it. So
That's it.
Yeah, it's cool for those of us who love
Get excited
fashion
about
and
it.
bargains, and it's so exciting. So this is an exciting one.
Awesome.
And last but not least, we got one more.
Style
Style
scoop.
So
I think Mr. Sam needs to take us through this one.
Which one is this?
this is your fashion shoot.
Hang on, we're waiting for the picture to pop up.
He's like,
Fashion.
he's like, which one?
I think it was Localized Magazine or
All right. Well, while we wait for the picture to queue up, Sam, tell us what you have going on these days.
Well, actually, every time I come through, I come with gifts, and I brought more gifts for you guys today.
We love
like
Sam
Sam's
here.
favorite thing.
Yes, yes. We love it when Sam comes.
From the Future Star collection.
All right.
First of all, this is a really big deal
was gonna
because
say, I see
this
bottles.
week,
Oh my God, I see bottles.
this week, I just signed as the new celebrity endorser for Crystal Glacier Water.
Oh,
Look at
fancy.
Wow,
Now,
that's
next
a
week
beautiful
when I
bottle.
come-
Wow.
Next week when I
Wow.
come, I'm gonna break it down on what makes this
Wow,
water so.
Sam.
But check this out. Look, it lights up.
Shut up. How'd you do
Hit
that?
the button at the bottom, girl.
Oh my God. So
OMG.
this is
That's
perfect timing because
beautiful.
I am going to Vegas next weekend for my sister's bachelorette.
You need to
and
take that
this
with you
is
guys in the
freaking
limo.
amazing.
I will be up there promoting Sully Wong shoes and the
Next
water
weekend?
at Magic Convention in Vegas.
all
Oh,
right.
you'll be there over the
I'm
weekend.
gonna be in the weekend, yeah.
Okay.
And I brought you guys all Chosen One T-shirts.
Oh,
Remember last
we
time?
love
Yes.
gifts.
We love you.
You get a shirt.
Booyah.
You get a shirt. Woohoo.
Well,
So
I'm sorry,
real
go ahead.
quick,
How
I want to
cute is
tell you
this?
guys
Show
next.
these off. you
Show them. Let
Where-
them know.
where do they find them?
FutureStarCollection.com. FutureStarsCollection.com. Right now, I'm
cool.
dressing everybody in Young Hollywood. Darius McCrary from Anger Management. My man Lamar from New Girl. Just the list is crazy. But everybody's coming next Saturday to my clothing line launch. It's going to be August 24th at Zen Lounge in Studio City.
Love it.
And Crystal Glacier Water and Kobe Bryant's charity are the main sponsors for the night.
Nice.
So it's going to be sick.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Now you have to tell us all about these photos that are up here.
So this is me and radio personality Carrie Kasem. She hosts the show Nikki Sixx with my man from Motley Crue.
Yes.
We all know Carrie. So we just did the cover of Revere magazine. It's the September issue, and Revere is a very, very popular fashion and lifestyle magazine, and it's an 8-page spread. And yeah, we just shot that, and I was laced up in all my Jesus gear, Jesus Industries, out of Holland and Canada.
Very cool.
So yeah, y'all pick up that issue in September. But most of all,
awesome.
it's all about the water, y'all.
It's all about the
This bottle is ridiculous.
Isn't it
Yes.
sick? And it
It's
lights
so
up.
cool.
I wish you guys
Crystal
could
Glacier
actually
water, baby.
see this bottle in person.
I don't
but
ever
it's
wanna
so
open
heavy.
this.
But you know
Yeah.
what's crazy? It's not even out until October. So right now you just
We got
you got the
exclusive.
exclusive.
Yay,
So,
Sam,
and
thank
what they're
you.
doing is, and I'm gonna be doing this for you guys at my party for all the celebrities that come. They're doing a special limited edition bottle with your names on them.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey, I
back.
can't go because I'm going to be in Vegas.
Wait, you'll be in Vegas on the 24th?
Yeah,
We'll
that's
collect
next
your
weekend.
bottle for you.
Yeah, they'll get your bottle for
Erica.
you.
We'll try to get your name.
Okay.
All right.
Chosen
So
one. Chosen
All
one.
right.
we need to come down off the high
Yeah,
of all
yeah,
of
yeah.
our
All right, let's
gifts,
come back.
and now it's
Hot
time for a
shirts.
little hot mess. Let's
All right.
go.
So, first up, we've got Kat Graham. Any of you are Vampire Diary fans out there? I'm a huge
Oh,
fan of
yeah,
that show.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that she plays Bonnie. Okay, I love that show. She's at the AMP radio station where she released her new single Power. So here for the promotion, she wore a black and white geometric dress from Jeremy Scott Fall 2013 collection for Adidas Originals. And she rounded out the look with a slick ponytail and black pumps. What do you guys think of this?
I like it.
I do too.
I think it's sexy. I really, really like it. I think she's got flavor. She's got style. And no, I didn't mean it like that.
Courtney's looking at my face.
You don't like it?
Keep going.
But I'm feeling it. You know, I always say in fashion, to me, it's always, always, always about being different. And sometimes I wear like tight leather pants, a pink shirt, and other guys look at me like I'm crazy. But the girls appreciate it because they're like, you can make it work. But that's a chance that I take. I can just wear the normal black jacket, black pants, but every once in a while, I just get in that mood where I want to step out, and I feel this is a step out outfit.
It certainly is. Yeah, she's stepping out. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Jeremy Scott, yes, he's known for some very wild collaborations, you know, when it comes to Adidas and, you know, prints. I don't know. It's not the print that bothers me. It's the silhouette that I'm not crazy about. And I hate to be a nitpicker, but it looks like her heels are too big for her. Like, it looks like she's got a big gap in the back. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
you're
maybe
right.
that's me being too nitpicky.
No, I will say I'm glad, number one, that she's not blonde right now, because I was not feeling the blonde
I was
hair
not
on
feeling the
her
blonde on
at
her,
all. I'm so glad she's back to dark hair. I think it looks awesome. Like, I think the dress is fun and exciting, and it looks great. And I like the shoe that she chose with it. It does look a little bit big, but I like her legs look amazing. I feel like it could have been maybe fitted a little bit more in the middle, and that could just be the angle of the picture. But other than that, I think it's cool. Like,
Okay, we need
cool.
for Miss Erica to weigh in.
It is. I don't like it at all. To me, it's so cheesy. It just screams like cheese. I don't like it. It almost looks like half of a race car. It's just the print, how short it is. Like, I just the colors, the choice of shoe too. Like, I maybe if she wanted to like. The shoe's like a nice black pump, but she should have gone for more chunky something shoes. It just, honestly, it looks like a streetwalker type outfit. I'm just not a fan.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it.
But all right, we're
Sorry,
divided
Kat.
down the line.
Not
So
much for me.
Versace she wore a few weeks ago. Anyway, go.
Who else we got?
All right, so next up we got Olivia Wilde, and she's here at the Hollywood Foreign Press Association installation luncheon. So she sported a Clover Canyon Resort 2014 printed dress. So for those of you who don't know, Clover Canyon's a Los Angeles-based line that features really vivid prints, and according to the brand, quote, reflects the joyful, eclectic spirit of California. So what do you guys think about this dress?
Me personally, I don't like it. Just for me, the colors, just the whole, I don't know, the whole presentation. I'm not with it. So I think hot mess.
Hot mess. All right.
I actually like this, and I'll tell you why. Like, lately, what seems to be very popular and on trend are like, I don't know if I'm describing it properly, but like these prints that are like actual photos, like pictures, and it's actually like printed. You know, they come out as great prints and they integrate different graphics on them. I like it. I think it's colorful. I like the shape. We're definitely seeing a different hemline because it's like that midi length. I like it. I think it's flattering. It's cute. I think she wore it well. You know, she accessorized it well. I like it.
I like it too. I think it's an artistic type of a fashion choice. I think it's a very, you know, on trend, Diana, like you said. I think it's fit really beautifully on her. She's really tall, so she can pull off almost that kind of T-length dress. It's a little higher than a T-length, but I like it. I think it's really fashionable. I like the hair slicked back. It's not, you know, overtly sexy. It's just a very casual. I don't want to say casual, but it's a very put together, sophisticated look for her, and I think it looks good.
Courtney.
I really like the dress. Like, strangely, I really like the dress, but I don't feel like it's Olivia Wilde. Like, I feel like I'm looking, like, I like the dress. I'm looking at them like I like the shoes, and I get the simple face and the hair pulled back, but I just feel like this belongs on somebody. Like, this isn't her look. Like, it doesn't match her energy.
I agree
to me.
with you.
So that's why I have to give it a no.
I actually disagree with that because I think this is very Olivia Wilde. She tends to go for almost like, I almost feel like she doesn't want to like necessarily downplay her sexiness, but she doesn't play it up with showing off too much skin.
I
Her
agree.
dress shape, maybe it's the shape of the dress reminds me of something she would wear.
I just feel like she's usually cooler sexy is her vibe. Like, you're right. I totally think she's kind of got that, like, I kind of am a tomboy on the inside, and I know I'm hot, but I'm not trying to be hot. But I feel like that's just not a dress that she would, I don't know, it just doesn't suit her to me at all. But I mean, it's a beautiful dress. I think the print is awesome, and I think she did it well. I just don't think it's her.
So were you divided down the middle again?
I knew that.
Once again.
Because it's not a hot mess,
Yeah,
but you know,
it's
it's just
just-
not. I don't know.
I think it's hot. I think it's good.
All right, who's up next?
I like
not really an
that.
answer.
Is that Carrie?
Next
That's
up,
Kirby,
we've got
baby.
the beautiful Kerry Washington here at the Teen Choice Awards. And she's wearing Stella McCartney printed dress from the 2014 Resort Collection and sparkly Louboutin pumps. What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, I think she's. No, I'm trying to like let it all.
I know.
I'm just trying to like I really be studying what I'm looking at. But yeah, I think it works. It's different. It's definitely different. I think with Carrie, what I like about her is like, you'll see her at some shows and she'll be dressed so sophisticated, like a businesswoman, like she does on Scandal.
Yeah.
But then you'll see her another time and she'll wear something like this with more flavor, colors, vibrant. So I think she can pull it off. She's one of the very few people that can like jump in and out. So I like it.
I think
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
What's you got,
I think she
Kiana?
looks cute. This definitely isn't Olivia Pope for sure. I like the lips. I like the hair. I like how she's styled. I think the first time I saw this dress, I'm like, oh, it looked. My thought was it looked juvenile because it has these lips all over it, these little kissy lips, and then it almost kind of looked like a pajama, like a pajama top in a way. But I think she pulled it off. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. I think she looks good in it.
You know, I really like it. I think it's very, it's appropriate for where she's at. She's at the Teen Choice
Yeah.
Awards, and that's something you always have to think about, especially with the celebrities, like where they're at.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it wouldn't make sense for her to show up in like a ball gown type thing, and it also
Right.
wouldn't make sense for her to dress like those teen kids either.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
a very kind of, because she's not a teen, but she's still like a hot and beautiful woman.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting choice for
that's
her.
a good point.
So I think this was a great choice because it was still fun and flirty,
Yeah.
but with the long sleeves and the loose cut, it was still not like she was trying too hard
Yeah.
to look too young. And like her legs look amazing.
Yeah, she
with
looks
the
great.
nude heel and
She
everything.
looks
I loved
great.
it. I think it was perfect for the event she was at.
No
yeah,
doubt.
I think I
agree.
have to agree because when I first saw her on the red carpet, I was like, "Oh, what is that? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But then I saw her. She sat down and did an interview with Jordan Sparks where they like sang together or whatever. So you could see the texture of the dress a little bit better in that in the video, and you
Yeah.
could see the other things going on. Because all I saw was a real pale dress with a whole bunch of lips on it. And I was like,
Exactly.
"What is
That was
going
my
on,
first thought,
girlfriend?"
too. Yeah.
But once I saw what else was going on the dress in person, I'm sure it looked better in terms of the pattern going on. And style-wise, I think it's a cute little look for her, and I think it totally suits the Teen Choice Awards. So I think it ended up working out for me.
So did we all agree on
I think
something?
we did.
I
Damn, I don't think
do.
that's ever happened.
I know.
Wow.
Not on
She's
four.
hot. She's
Nice.
hot. She's
All
hot.
right.
Who's up next?
So up next, we got somebody else here at the Teen Choice Awards and dressing
child.
more like a teen. Naya Rivera. She wore an Alice and Olivia leather bustier and trouser and rounded out the look with pink metallic shoe and mirrored clutch. So what do you think about this from Naya? We saw something similar in this a few weeks
A few
ago.
weeks ago, yeah.
What
Yeah.
you got, Sam? What you
You
got,
know what?
Sam?
Right now, I'm really feeling leather, and even in my collection, I have this hot leather collection for girls. You guys will be seeing that next week, right before my party.
Are you bringing pieces of
I'm
that?
bringing pieces by
Woo!
next episode.
Lovely, lovely.
So I'ma okay that. I'ma say I'm with that. And you know, she has a 6-pack to show it. You know, and like my dad says, "Why you got it? Flown it."
Amen.
So I think that's very sexy. I'm with it.
Of course, he's a
Okay.
guy.
Fiona, go,
As he
girl.
smiles ear to ear
Go ahead,
and looking
girl.
at the picture of Sam, he's like, "Yeah, I like it."
Nah, it's sexy. It's cool.
I kind of feel like when she got dressed, like, okay, we all know you have a great, like, she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. She's got a smoking body. But, like, I just don't feel like there was any rhyme or reason to putting this together. It's like, let me put on a top and let me show my midriff and let me put on the bottom. I just don't feel like it's stylized, or I just think she's just trying to show her body.
But
And
the rhyme or reason was Big Sean.
He picked out the outfit.
No,
Probably.
rhyme, get it? Rhyme.
I just,
Okay.
I just, you know.
Sam.
My laugh is going to be so loud on this podcast.
You know what's funny? If this were Rihanna, like I would probably be like, oh, it's great because it suits her personality. But I think with her, I'm not feeling how this look suits her, and maybe it's
But you know
because
what it
she's
is?
on Glee.
That's
I don't
what I was
know.
just gonna break down to you, because I have a lot of friends or whatever, we all do, that are actors, and they're so different, and they get mad that people think they're like that character. So I think you want to see her as one way because of her Glee character, but maybe in her everyday life, this is really her.
Well, but her Glee character is very sexy. Her
is.
Glee character is she's
See, I
a
don't
really
watch her on
sexy
Glee.
See,
cheerleader.
I do. So this is to me very reminiscent of her Glee character. She's real sexy. She's kind of
Got
that,
you.
you
So
know,
then it fits.
sultry. Well, but here's my thing with this.
Okay.
I have a few issues.
I got a few.
I think she is sexy and she looks sexy, but to me at this point she already did this look, and we've seen her already in this look, and now it almost seems like she's just overtly trying to show off her body, like Deanna said, and there's no style to it. Like I get it. I think the trouser leather pants are kind of cool, like they're looser trouser-y kind of thing. But she already did the crop top. We already saw her do it. Yes, we know she's hot. Like, do something different. It just looks like it's trying too hard. And once again, this is an opportunity for her to really come out in something really cool and
fun and not formal.
Yeah, and
you know?
present herself in something memorable. But to me, it's like, you know, now she's just another hot, you know, girl.
I get what you
Maximate.
mean. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm on that team right
Yeah.
there. I think it's funny because the Glee thing doesn't throw me at all, because I actually think she's one of those people that I call, like Wendy Williams says she has friends in her head. I'm like, I feel like me and Nia would like get down.
Cool,
like, we'd be
yeah.
cool. And so her sexy, she's dating Big Sean, and they got all this going on, and she released a song like hating on his ex-girlfriend. Like they got an edge, little sexiness
She
thing
did?
going on. Yeah.
Wow.
So when I saw this, I go, oh, honey.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, the pant could have been cool, but then you put that top on, she looks like she's being her Glee character trying to be
Yes.
cool.
Gotcha.
Like, and I'm like, you are way more, and I feel like every time we see her on the red carpet, it's like, girl, you got way more to give than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Courtney, exactly. I think she could do so much better.
So much better.
She's
hair,
so
all
hot.
that
She's so
face.
gorgeous. Like, don't be so obvious. Don't be so literal as to how hot you are. Like, give us more, because I think we all want to see more. I'm a huge fan of hers
Yeah.
on the show. I love her. I love her voice. I think she's great, and I wanted to see more too.
I would have liked to see like if she's gonna do a little midriff action, like a little bit lower and put on like a real tight pin tuck blazer with the slouchy
Exactly.
pant.
That
was
coulda
sexy. Like
worked.
she could have,
Some
and that still would have
accessories.
been really sexy, but it wouldn't have
or the
looked like
higher waist, like what we saw her doing before. The
Yeah,
high
or the
waist
high
is real
waist, or-
sexy.
like
yeah.
that.
It makes me wonder if she has a stylist or if she put this look together on her own.
You got to get Daniel Musto over
I
there.
know, yes.
Our cutie from last week who came in here.
But she's a hot chick.
All right, who we got next?
Okay, so we've got Miss Vivica A. Fox.
She looks different there.
It's all the
Surgery.
surgery. Hello.
That's why
Surgery. I
I
didn't
have to put a
recognize her.
close-up picture of her face because she looked different. So she's wearing a silver gray Mandalay dress and Jimmy Choo sandals. So, Sam, let's start with you.
I'm like,
Now that you know who
I'm
she
still
is.
trying to get over it. I can't
Yeah.
believe that's
She's got a
her.
whole
Is
new
she in that
face.
movie, or she was just at the premiere?
I think she's in the, to be honest, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
really know.
As far as
she's
the
at
outfit,
the Elysium
yeah. As far as
premiere
the
in
outfit, I
Westwood.
like it. I think it works. I've always thought Vivica Fox is actually a pretty good dresser. I like how she dresses. So yeah, I'm with it.
I'm going to agree. I think she looks great. I think she looks
She looks
appropriate.
classy, yeah.
She looks classy. But I know you couldn't recognize her before. She's gotten a lot of flack because over the years she's gotten a lot of plastic surgery.
I didn't
and
know
it's
that.
really changed her looks.
Look at that. I mean, look,
tremendously.
you
Yeah.
could not. That is not the girl that did the movie with Will Smith back in the day. Like, you know what I mean? That's a totally different person.
Yeah, I think the dress is beautiful. I think she looks beautiful. I think it's appropriate, like you said. It's sophisticated. It's you know it's sexy, but it's not trying too
It's
hard.
nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful dress. She looks good in it. But yeah, and I don't know if it's the fact that her hair is so harshly pulled
Tight.
back that it really emphasizes her face, which is a good thing. I mean, she has a
Yeah.
beautiful face, but it's also making it us notice her face more and like the
Yeah.
changes.
Surgery, yes.
And it's pulling it back. I mean, her surgery's already kind of pulling her face back. But I always feel like the bun is pulling her face back even more, you know?
Yeah, agreed. It's a nice
yeah.
dress. She looks nice. It'd been
Yeah.
nice to have looser hair.
Yeah.
Vivica, I don't know why you did that to your face.
I know. Can't take it back.
She had that natural look.
Yeah,
you know what I
she
mean?
She
So
already had
beautiful.
those eyes. Like
I used to
she-
watch her on Out All Night when I was a kid.
Back in
Remember?
the
With Dwayne, my boy Dwayne Martin. Yeah, that was a great show. Like,
Morris was on there too.
yep,
wasn't he?
Morris,
Yeah, and Patti
Dwayne.
LaBelle.
They had that was a great
That was
show.
a great sitcom.
Shout out to BT.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so
That's right.
that's it for my hot and hot mess.
All right. What's up with social media?
Oh, let's see what we got going on. So everybody knows this week was back to school for LA Unified School District, so it was a lot of back to school for some grown-ups too. Mr. Columbus Short is looking quite lovely. He is, God, he's great.
I know.
We just had him on our show, Underground Outlet. It's a new show I'm doing with BT, and he's a guest on our show.
Really?
All right.
I'm proud of him. He's like killing on Scandal.
Killing it on Scandal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Scandal is obviously all over Twitterverse, and they're all over Twitterverse now before the show's even back, you know, shooting pictures from set and what have you.
Yeah, he's
Columbus
killing.
sent us a little picture here on his Instagram. He's walking around with his brand new Louis Stewart collection, high-end leather backpack.
So did he do a campaign for them?
Not that I am aware of.
just likes the
He just
backpack?
likes the backpack. And
Oh,
I
okay.
thought, you know, it's interesting. Man bags are always something that we're trying to figure out that look good but still look cool.
And he does
Nah,
it
that's
very
cool.
And
well
he does
here.
it real well. I
Yeah.
thought he did
Yeah.
it really well.
Men
He's
have
got
things
style.
to tote around too. It's just how they do it.
Absolutely. All right, next up we have Mr. Luke James. For those of you guys who don't know who
Oh,
Luke
the
James
singer,
is,
yeah.
he is an R&B singer. He just got done touring with Miss Beyonce, and he released his brand new single this week called Oh God. And for those of you who don't know, his big style choice right now apparently is he's growing out the top of his hair. Because he's used to a little bit closer cut, very clean cut kind of look. Even in his video, it's a little bit lower, and he's usually very, you know, sort of debonair. And he's going around this week with a little bit more relaxed style. He's growing out the top, making it a little bit froier, and he's been doing this whole gray t-shirt and jean thing all week. So, and he's growing out his facial hair. So he's looking sexy. And that song, if you guys haven't peeped it yet, is fantastic for
Yeah.
R&B lovers.
Tyrese actually first brought him out.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Tyrese's artist. So.
Yeah. Well, he's doing big
He's
things
doing his thing.
and hopefully continuing to get bigger.
Yep.
Next up, speaking of artists and musicians
Big
with
Sean.
songs coming out, we just talked about his lady love, Miss Naya Rivera. Big Sean is all over Twitter this week.
Wow.
He released a song with Kendrick Lamar that kind of went in on a few rappers, for those of you guys that don't know. But he also was at a release party for his album at the Moet Rose Lounge in WeHo this week. And it was a black tie affair. And he chose to wear these, you can't really see it that well in the picture, but he had on these gray sort of plaid slacks that are very tapered at the bottom, but a little bit baggier up top. And he's got a black blazer on and this white button-up shirt. I just thought it was interesting that it was a black tie affair. And this is his option for his black tie affair. What do you guys
He's
think?
getting, you know what? Right now, though, Big Sean, like, whoever's managing him and really putting his whole thing together, they're doing a great job because he's kind of stepping into the lane, like, as a fashion guy. I just recently
Yes,
saw
he
him. He had a
has.
huge spread in GQ. And a lot of times for rappers, it's kind of hard to do that. You know, a few of them have done it, Kanye.
Yeah.
So whoever is really putting, I think is Kanye managing him? I'm not sure.
Yes, he is with GOOD Music.
Okay, so
guys.
they're doing a good job of shaping up his image and, you know, making him a fashion dude.
Young and fresh.
Yeah.
So between him and Naya on the red carpet.
Go ahead,
Power
do it, Sean.
couple.
Power
Do it, Sean.
couple.
Do it, Big Sean.
Trying to do big things.
She,
All
needs, she
right.
needs to change the way she dresses.
Thank
though.
you.
She
They
needs
need
to
to work
elevate.
together
Yeah.
and, like, come
she
up
needs
together.
to elevate herself.
Agreed.
Now that's
Yeah.
my dude right
Lenny
there.
Of course,
Lenny
we cannot
Kravitz.
talk
That's
about
my
the music
dude.
without Mr. Lenny Kravitz.
Legend.
Can I just say, first
Legend.
of all, this man is about to be 50 years old. He's
Still looking
49
good.
years old. He is
Wow,
chilling.
that's fantastic.
He's been working hard this week,
He's
doing
in The
press
Butler.
for The Butler.
Yeah.
And he sent this little Instagram here, chilling, getting some relaxation on. He's got on some gray fringe boots. He's just got this great leather distressed blazer
He's a
going
fashion
on. He is
icon,
just,
man.
He's
He
like,
is
when you look
sexy.
up cool in the dictionary, it's the picture of Lenny Kravitz. It's like that picture.
Yes,
That's
that is-
cool.
that's cool.
Sunglasses inside,
Yes.
reading a paper. Like
He was actually on The
It's
View
so
today
cool.
too.
Yeah. Oh,
was he?
promoting.
He's
promoting The
everywhere.
Butler. He's everywhere. And
I
he
love
is
his music too. I
everything.
love how he sings and his voice is.
And
so
he's
sexy.
besides that too. A lot of people don't know about Lenny. My sister, who's a host, I'm just saying this for real, not to name drop or anything, but she's super tight with Lenny. And one thing that I would say, like how he treats his family and everybody around him, he is the most humble. Like I was in Canada doing Fashion Week. My sister was like, Lenny, Sam's the biggest fan of yours, blah, blah, blah. He gave me and 8 of my friends in Canada VIP passes. I went backstage, let me film him for my documentary, Life of Entertainer.
Wow.
So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's just a super cool dude. And what I was gonna say is he also designs for hotels. People don't even know that.
Wow.
Lenny's the sickest architect. So like to me,
Get him in here.
Lenny Kravitz.
Come visit
Let's
us,
call my
Lenny.
sister.
Let's get him in here. Let's get your sister
We
and your
need
sister.
Lenny.
And just the funniest thing on his Instagram feed is that the ladies really love Lenny because there are so many, without swearing, F me comments on his Instagram.
God.
It is insane.
Really?
Like scroll down. There's only one on the screen right now.
Oh,
but
I
if
see
you
the one at
scroll
the
Oh
down-
my God, I see it.
That's just,
Oh my God.
You just put it out there because that's how cool Lenny
Wow.
is.
No, and
crazy.
he's so sexy. There's just
Yes.
something about him that is so sexy.
Yeah.
Wraps it all up.
And it's like
Yeah.
he's not even trying.
Yeah.
It's just
Yes.
effortless.
But you think he has to be trying though. I mean, like the way
I
he
think he's just
dresses, I
cool.
I
wonder.
think it's just him.
When
Yeah.
you got it, you ain't got to try.
Yeah.
How would I know
He
that?
probably likes clothes. Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Moving
Moving
on.
on, last but not least, speaking of cool and interesting, we got a new buddy on Twitter this week. The divine, the amazing Prince joined Twitter this week.
What?
That's a big deal.
He
Wait, hold on.
joined Twitter.
Prince joined Twitter and Sam Sarpong joined Instagram.
Oh,
it's a good week.
It's a good week.
Good
It's a
week for
good
social
week.
media.
Good week
wish.
of social media. And of course, Prince tweeted, he'd had a few pictures up, some older ones from the 80s, and he posted this one from a show he did a while back. Got his tilted hat on, and his Prince fro is
He's
rocking
so
real
smooth.
hard. He just cool as hell.
That's just a smooth dude.
He caused a uproar on Twitter when he joined Twitter. So he was trending for like 2 days. And
Wow.
I'd love to see how many
Fantastic.
followers he has. Like
Right now.
Yeah.
Because he's so
See.
private. We talked about this before on the
Yeah.
show. You never get to see nothing that Prince does. He doesn't even let you take pictures. I
Nope.
mean, he's just super, super private.
Private, stayed in Minneapolis and kept
Yeah.
it calm. So we'll see what else he sends out for us over Instagram
That's
and Twitter
cool.
for the next few weeks. So that is
dope.
our social media roundup and what we have.
All right. So this has been a really fun
been
show.
fun.
Yes.
This has been
Lots of
awesome.
stuff.
All right, so I can't believe we got through it all.
We
It's been a
did.
fantastic fashion hour. You know, there was one thing that I did want to talk about.
Yes.
Yes,
That
sir.
it just kind of came up last minute, but Darren Young, the
Yes.
WWE star that kind of came out of the closet,
Yes.
just through a
24 hours ago.
just a
Yeah.
TMZ interview in the
Yeah.
airport. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I didn't even know about it.
Yes.
Wow.
They literally asked him if he thought a gay wrestler could be successful, and he was like, "Yeah, because I'm gay
Yeah.
and I'm successful." So
It's
it
been
kinda just
all over the place, and I mean, I'm not a WWE fan per se, but it's funny just like seeing this guy. He has this super coiffed afro, and he's
Yes.
got the. I'm not even sure what his ethnicity is, to be perfectly honest, but he's tan and he's got his glasses on. I'm like, he was looking kind of fashionable too. I wish I'd have
Yes.
pulled a picture, but it's like the hot news all over the place. So kind of wanted to bring that
Well, I
up. but
think Mr. Collins, who plays in the NBA, he came out like about 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's
he
been
helped
I
pave
think,
the way.
yeah, I think because he did that, a lot of people feel like more comfortable now.
It's just
And
easier.
you're gonna be hearing a lot of people coming out the closet. Trust me. It's just
Opening
it's,
doors.
Lots of doors
it's in the
opening.
biz, and there's a lot of them out there. So it's normal now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just whatever.
Of course.
I've been in fashion my whole life, so it's
That's
around
the thing.
me. It
Being
don't
in the
bother me.
fashion industry,
Yeah,
it's like there's
whatever.
so many.
Just don't holler at me and we cool. You know what I mean? Because I'm saying I respect everybody, as long as they're
He
not trying
likes
to.
the ladies.
I
Talk
hear
about-
you. He
talk
likes
about the
the
pillows
ladies.
and,
He likes the ladies.
All right, you guys, it's been a really great show. We want to thank Sam Sarpong for being here with us again.
Tune in next week because I'm coming with that leather collection.
Yes,
Okay.
leather.
Coming with that crystal glacier water.
Yes. Thank you for our gift, Sam. Thanks for being with us. And like he said, he's going to be back next week. Where can we find everybody? Let's go around the table really quickly. Where can we find
I
you?
am newly and I'm so proud. I'm on Instagram now at Mr. MR Sam Sarpong. Same thing for Twitter.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right.
Twitter and Instagram at
Stuart
Stuart
Starlet.
Starlet.
And I am your host, Erica Garcia Rojas, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at IamEGR.
And I'm Deanna Vaughn. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at It's Me, Deanna V. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, you guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Okay.
That Hollywood redefined.
Yeah.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.